I've interviewed Pablo Escobar's wife. I also interviewed the son of Salvatore Rina, who was like your father in Sicily, who took
Right.
on the government. And I'm finding like consistencies dealing or talking to folks like yourself of really powerful, super powerful people, right? Pablo Escobar, Tortorina,
Sure.
Gigante. These are names that controlled thousands of men, hundreds, if not billions of dollars, right?
Right.
And your home life is like categorically, like I'm an older father, right? Because you resonate with me for many reasons. I'm one of six. I have
Hmm.
older siblings, some that left the house before I was born. I have a kinship there. But as a father, I'm an older father now, and I'm a different father than I was 10 years ago, and I'm a different man than I was 10 years ago. You being the youngest of the five in your family, who was your father then? And maybe do you know how he was before as a father? Because I want to get a feel for really
He
who he was
was,
as yeah.
when I talk to my brothers and sisters about him,
Yeah.
um, he was a dad in some ways. He was younger, and so he would, in the middle if he was in the middle of the night, he would come home with pastries, and he would wake my sisters up, and they would have pastries with him, and if he had
Yeah.
money with him, they'd say, here, count this.
Yeah.
He had that with them. They
Yeah.
experienced him that way. By the time I came, he was so entrenched in the life that
Yeah.
all the light that might have been inside of him, turned to that life, and it became darker and darker because he had to lie more, and evade the FBI, and check himself into mental institutions just to not have to be bothered with them. And um, so this was extremely difficult on my family, my mother, and I he did not. I want to say he did not he treated me with kid gloves because of my anxiety. He didn't know what to make of it and how to fix it.
Yeah.
Nobody really did.
Mhm.
So I didn't get reprimanded the way my brothers and sisters did. He was
Yeah.
kind of afraid to rock the boat with me because he
Yeah.
didn't know.
Yeah.
So, and it was, so I experienced. I knew immediately if I walked in, if I could speak to him or not, even though if we said 10 words between each other, it was a lot.
Yeah.
So his energy said everything,
Mm.
you know, and because I can read energy, I knew exactly if I needed to go sit down, or if I needed to, not speak, or if whatever it was. You didn't have to be told not to open your mouth. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You knew not to open your mouth.
Correct.
So
Correct.
the there was a lot of anxiety around that, not knowing who he was, what he did, but knew he was powerful. Like I
Yeah.
knew because people would be in my grandmother's house, sitting around the table with him and whispering, and, papers going back and forth. And you could tell he was telling people, go do this or go do that. But I had no idea what was going on. And then my mother having the anxiety of, not knowing every day what could have been. And, the FBI, and then him having a whole nother family,
That's nuts.
and children, so this was anybody's nightmare. But
Yeah.
listen, it was the perfect storm for me to become who I am today. And that's
Yeah.
what I try to tell everyone. It's like, I know I don't I don't want people to think, oh my God, like I can't believe she, survived that, and this and that. It was really, it was the perfect storm. It really just, paved the way for me to be the light that I needed to be for others. And now I can pretty much connect to any walk of life and whatever's happening with them because I've experienced so much, you
Yeah.
know.
Now, was he, considering who he was he present? Did he go to the flute recital? Did you have a Sweet 16?
Never.
So there was no kind of, he wasn't
No.
present
So
anywhere.
he didn't, no graduations. What would happen was, if I was confirmed, or if I was, if I did have a graduation, whatever it was, we would go eat at Joe's restaurant. He was never present at anything.
Yeah.
He didn't come to anything. I don't even know if he did for my brothers or sisters, but for me, no. And it was just a knowing. It wasn't even like, somebody told me, okay, Dad's not coming because of,
Yeah.
because it was just a knowing, and then I got told, that he was ill, that he was sick. Yes,